Hi, my name's Jerry.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Trinity, and this is Roper v. Simmons case.
The state charged Simmons with burglary, kidnapping, stealing, and murder in the first degree. He was 17 at the time of the crime, but was outside the criminal jurisdiction of Missouri's juvenile court system. Therefore, he was tried as an adult. At trial, the state introduced his confession and the videotaped reenactment of the crime, along with testimony that he discussed the crime in advance and bragged about it later. The defense called no witnesses in the guilt phase. The jury having returned a verdict of murder, the trial proceeded to the penalty phase.
The state sought the death penalty. As aggravating factors, the state submitted that the murder was committed for the purpose of receiving money, was committed for the purpose of avoiding, interfering with, or preventing lawful arrest of the defendant, and involved depravity of the mind and was outrageously and wantonly vile, horrible, and inhuman. The state called Shirley Crook's husband, daughter, and 2 sisters, who presented moving evidence of the devastation her death had brought to their lives. The Missouri court decided 6-3 that the U.S. Supreme Court's 1989 decision in Stanford v. Kentucky, which held that executing minors was not unconstitutional, was no longer valid. The opinion in Stanford v. Kentucky had relied on a finding that a majority of Americans did not consider the execution of minors to be cruel and unusual. The Missouri court, citing numerous laws passed since 1989 that limited the scope of the death penalty, held that national opinion had changed. Finding that a majority of Americans were now opposed to the execution of minors, the court held that such executions were now unconstitutional.
On appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, the government argued that allowing a state court to overturn a Supreme Court decision by looking at evolving standards would be dangerous because state courts could just as easily decide that executions prohibited by the Supreme Court, such as the execution of the mentally ill in Atkins v. Virginia were permissible due to change in beliefs of the American people. Defense counsel reminded the jurors that juveniles of Simmons' age cannot drink, serve on juries, or even see certain movies because the legislatures have wisely decided that individuals of a certain age aren't responsible enough. Defense counsel argued that Simmons' age should make a huge difference to the jurors to deciding just exactly what sort of punishment to make.
A national consensus has developed against the execution of juvenile offenders, as demonstrated by the fact that 18 states now bar such executions for juveniles, that 12 other states bar executions altogether, and that no state has lowered its age of execution below 18 since Stanford, that 5 states have legislatively or by case law raised or established the minimum age at 18, and that the imposition of the juvenile death penalty has become truly unusual over the last decade. On this reasoning, it has set aside Simmons' death sentence and resentenced him to life imprisonment. The 8th and 14th Amendments forbid imposition of the death penalty on offenders who were under the age of 18 when their crimes were committed. The judgment of the Missouri Supreme Court setting aside the sentence of death imposed upon Christopher Simmons is affirmed.